U.S. immigration raid of Omaha meat plant cuts staff, fuels food production worries. U.S. meat producer Glen Valley Foods was operating an Omaha, Nebraska facility with about 30% of its staff on Wednesday after federal agents detained workers in an immigration raid the previous day, slashing the output of products it sells to grocery stores and restaurants, the company's president said. In the wake of Tuesday's sweep by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents, livestock traders and market analysts expressed concerns that the potential deportation of undocumented workers from such raids could disrupt U.S. food production at a time when beef prices have soared and meat processors report a labor shortage. ICE agents detained about 74 to 76 workers out of roughly 140 at the Glen Valley Foods plant, President Chad Hartman said. Other workers did not show up on Wednesday because they felt afraid or traumatized, he said, adding that the facility's production dropped to about 20% of normal. Glen Valley Foods sells steak, chicken, and corned beef products to restaurants and grocery stores, according to its website. Retail beef prices have set records as the size of the U.S. cattle herd has declined to its lowest level in 70 years after a years-long drought raised feed costs. Consumer demand for steaks and hamburgers has stayed strong nevertheless. Glen Valley Foods is trying to determine how long it will take to hire new employees, Hardman said. The hole that got punched into our business is staffing, he said. Livestock traders worried that immigration raids could slow meat companies' demand to buy cattle from farmers to process into beef if the companies do not have enough workers. Chicago Mercantile Exchange cattle futures came under pressure on Tuesday during the raid after recently hitting records. There's certainly going to be nervousness out there on where the labor situation goes going forward, said Matt Wiegand, a commodity broker for risk management firm Futures One in Nebraska. Meat packers still face an acute worker shortage, said Julie Anna Potts, president of the Meat Institute Industry Group. It worsened during the COVID-19 pandemic when major companies such as Tyson Foods opens new tab temporarily, shut plants because of a lack of workers. Glen Valley used E-Verify, a federal database used for checking employees' immigration status. Hartman said Homeland Security told him on Wednesday that there was no better system. "We will have to continue to use it," he said. ICE said a criminal investigation was ongoing into what immigration officials called a large-scale employment of immigrants who are present in the U.S. illegally. Footage opens new tab of the Glen Valley raid released by ICE showed agents searching the plant, restraining workers' hands and ankles, and taking them into custody. ICE officers have been intensifying efforts in recent weeks to deliver on U.S. President Donald Trump's agenda of record-level deportations. Tensions boiled over in Los Angeles over the weekend when protesters took to the streets after ICE arrested migrants at Home Depot stores, a garment factory, and a warehouse, according to rights advocates. On Tuesday night, demonstrators marched in New York, Atlanta, and Chicago. More than half of all meatpacking workers in the U.S. are immigrants, according to the Center for Economic and Policy Research, a think tank. The Omaha World Herald newspaper said on Tuesday that raids were also reported at local plants run by large meat packers Tyson and JBS USA, jbs.ul. Tyson and JBS told Reuters their facilities were not raided. As ICE continues its crackdown and public protests intensify in major cities, the Omaha raid underscores the deep vulnerability of the U.S. food production system to immigration enforcement. With meat processors struggling to find legal labor and investigations still ongoing, the future of staffing and production in the industry remains uncertain. That is all for today. In this video, what are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care.
U.S. immigration raid of Omaha meat plant cuts staff, fuels food production worries. A federal immigration raid and Glen Valley Foods in Omaha, Nebraska led to the detention of 74 to 76 workers, cutting the plant's staff by over half and slashing production to just 20%. The raid, part of intensified ICE efforts aligned with Trump's depression agenda, raised fears of broader disruptions in the meat industry and labor shortages and record high beef prices. Glen Valley which supplies steak, chickens, and corned beef. Faces its staffing challenges despite using e-verify. Livestock traders and market analysts worry about declining cattle demand. Protests erupted in several US cities following additional ICE raids. 8 various workplaces nationwide.